Thank you.
Do you have any postponements tonight, Len?
Yes, we have two. 1 and 7. What are you moving?
No, he did the construction, we approved his
Oh,
extension.
Unfortunately, it hasn't included my odds for wearing a bikini this summer. Maybe next summer. Maybe next year.
That's what I keep saying.
I think mine might be okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I would like to brief you on some of our rules and procedures used during our hearings. When a hearing number is called, the applicant or representative will come to the podium, and if they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary. They will then present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearings, board members have visited all of the properties listed on tonight's calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. We will then allow the applicant to give some brief rebuttal remarks to address any concerns of the interested parties. At that point, the hearing will be closed. The stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes proceedings do not end until 1 a.m. or later, but everyone will be heard. Lastly, at approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any postponements tonight?
We have 2 postponements. Hearing 1, Appeal 91-468, Regina Witherspoon, and Hearing 7, Appeal number 25-157, Camilo Racan.
Anybody in the audience here for either of those applications? Let the record reflect that no one was here, and let's call the first hearing.
Hearing 2, Appeal 25-14A, Jorge Pacheco at 90 Colonial Drive, Massapequa.
Good evening, Board.
Raise your right hand, sir.
Yes. Other way, sorry.
Tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Yes, Lorenzo Clayton, 505 Alicia Drive, Westbury, New York, for the applicant, the expediter on the project. Unfortunately, Mr. Pacheco has a meeting with, I believe, the pediatric doctor. The need for this is because his son is a special needs child, and his room needs to be enlarged, you know, where he lives, in the bathroom as well. The pictures didn't come out. I could show you on my phone, unfortunately, but I do have letters from his pediatric doctor as well as from his caseworker.
Don't get up, okay. Keep it up, though.
That was another pediatric.
Thank you.
Oh, these are both the same.
Okay.
Okay. So he needs like a hospital bed, he needs a bathroom where he can put like, it's a piece of equipment that helps him sit up erect in a tub, you know, and so all those things require an accommodation of an enlarged room. We do have consents also of the immediately adjacent neighbors as well as those across the street, which I'll also offer up.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, sir.
This is not a self-created situation, unfortunately, you know, and I admire the commitment of his parents. It is minimal impact on the community, if any at all. Significant benefit to the family, being able to keep the family together, particularly a son who has special needs. It fits the character of the neighborhood. He's not looking to build anything, and it's minor in what it's requesting. I think it's 2 inches deficit that we have for that extension, so that's certainly minimal. And then if the board has any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
I have no questions.
No, me either.
Anybody in the audience wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you, sir.
very much. Good evening.
Good night.
Good night. Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-150, which will be heard with hearing number 4, appeal 25-262, Amelia Gillen at 69 Clocks Boulevard, Massapequa.
Shall I introduce these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address.
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'd like to pass up some consent letters and photos for the board. Representing Ms. Gillen of 69 Clocks Boulevard. Ms. Gillen seeking a variance for a proposed second kitchen in a one-family house to be used as a parent-child residence. Also, for the reconstruction of the house having less side, aggregate setbacks exceeding the maximum height and building coverage and gross floor area, and for parking in the front yard and the driveway having less side yard setback than required, and a fence having greater height than required. It's a very unique property with frontage on Clocks Boulevard and Rockwood Avenue. At this time, I'd like to withdraw the variance for the parking in the front yard along Rockwood Avenue, as this will not be a driveway, as the curb cut will be closed off and the driveway gate will be closed off. This is in the backyard. There is a fence back there, and that's the fence that requires a variance. The town considered this house to have 2 front yards for zoning purposes, and that's actually her rear yard. That's why she needs a variance for that fence. This property is only 50 feet wide, and what makes any type of improvements on this property even more difficult is the property is on an angle,
Yeah,
and there's existing setbacks that are non-conforming. The homeowner is proposing a second-floor addition following existing setbacks of the already non-conforming setbacks of the house. This is currently a ranch-style house. The homeowners are proposing a second-floor addition and requested a variance for a parent-child use. The adult occupants are Miss Gillen, her husband Wilkins Devlin, and her mother Elizabeth Gillen, and her sister-in-law and brother-in-law Miriam and Yevon Theodore. I have explained all the requirements, such as 1 doorbell, 1 set of utilities, and if the adult occupants change, they need to reappear before the board. And there's 2 younger children, too, under 21. There is ample parking in the front, no parking variance is required. The proposed lot coverage would be 27.8%, where 25% is the maximum. In regard to the height variance, is less than 1 foot higher than the 20 feet the town requires. They will have the required roof pitch, which makes a height variance necessary. It's less than 1 foot. We do have consent letters from the abutting neighbor at 73 Clocks Boulevard, the neighbor across the street at 83 Walnut Street, the neighbors in the back at 65 and 69 Rockwood Avenue, and 28 and 38 Pine Street and 39 Cedar Street. As the photos show, the property is in excellent condition and well-maintained.
How many bedrooms are there going to be?
4 bedrooms, 4 baths,
Okay.
Total.
And-
total.
And who will be, one will be on top floor, 2 of them will be on the top floor, and 2 on the other, do you know?
Yes, and mom, yeah, and
Okay.
Mr. Gillen's mom.
Can I ask what the reason for the height is? Why are we going over the height?
They, I guess because of the design of the house, it's less than 1 foot. They could have went for a roof pitch variance, but the design was a tasteful design. They thought this was nice. And there is a very large, tall house across the street, so it's not out of character. And there's a 2-story house next door and a couple others, and I took pictures of those for the boards. It's in the package.
This one. Yeah, I know, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Come on up, please.
Would you raise your hand, please?
Yes.
How
promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Edward Winkler, 65 Clocks Boulevard, Massapequa, New York.
Thank you, sir.
I live right next door to the, what they want to build there, and now I know that 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, that's a one-family. I don't think so. And plus, too, they want to add an extra kitchen in there, because it has, on hearing number 4, to construct a second kitchen in a one-family dwelling. I don't think 2 kitchens are considered one-family dwellings, are they? To me, it's a 2-family.
No, they-
Parent child.
And there's gonna be an extra family in there. They say for a parent and a child. So that's another family. How many people are gonna be in that house?
We'll let Mr. Schumacher answer that question, but the town does have a provision in its code to allow, with our approval, a parent-child. It's not a 2-family because it's not 2 apartments that are sectioned off. The house has an open floor plan where you can go from one unit to another. It's just an extra kitchen.
So it's gonna be,
Excuse me, I'm not done yet.
I'm sorry.
So it's going to be a kitchen for an elderly parent and then a family. It's not a 2-family house. There will be an extra kitchen, and when they sell that house, that kitchen has to be removed. It doesn't stay, it's a special permit for that family.
Excuse me, the kitchen is gonna be in the back?
I'm not
The
sure
new,
exactly. The kitchen, I don't know if it's gonna be upstairs or on the same floor. We can answer that question by looking at the plans. Just give us one moment. It's probably gonna be upstairs. One kitchen on each floor.
And plus too, the bathroom, my bathroom downstairs of my house, I have a one-family, I have 2 bathrooms, one on the first floor and one on the second. And it's facing their house. It would be facing their windows in that, so,
Your bathroom?
yeah,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Windows in the kitchen face the backyard.
What? Excuse me?
The windows in the kitchen face the backyard, not the side door.
But he's talking about his house, his bathroom. I know.
So they're gonna be windows on the side of the house?
It happens, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to have my son talk.
Sure, of course.
Hi. Just raise your right hand, sir.
Yep.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please.
Christopher Winkler, 65 Clocks Boulevard, Massapequa, New York, 11758.
Thank you, sir.
Basically what he said, but also, these are all single-family homes. So if you extend them, they're gonna be in our backyard, they're gonna see into our backyard, all these houses. And some of those houses you named that they signed, they're not the owners. Just wanna say that up front. They don't own those houses. So, and our
Okay.
bathroom is right there. They'll see right into our bathroom, so ain't that some privacy law or code? You just, how much, it's ridiculous. They did it during COVID, everybody did it during COVID, banging nonstop, no permits. Now, how long is this gonna be lasting?
Well, this is proposed, so they didn't do this.
Yeah, they didn't do it
Then
yet,
seeking
but
permit.
if it does get approved, unfortunately, we're gonna have to hear it for years, because they bickered over everything the last time, for 2 years, nonstop banging. It was ridiculous.
Oh, I don't think this would take 2 years.
Yeah, that's what they say, but we've experienced it. And they're gonna see into our bathrooms? They're gonna see into our backyard? Where's the privacy? These are single-family homes. If you look at them, they're all single-family for a reason. Our backyards align. So now they're not gonna be aligned? And where are they gonna park? They're saying now on 65 Clocks Boulevard, we have a house there. How many people are gonna be parking? We already
Well,
have problems with
they're
them.
providing- They are providing 3 off-street parking spaces.
Okay, 3. They already had people living there a bunch of people
Are you
on and
saying
off.
that this family is illegally renting this house right now?
No,
Is
no,
that-
no, I don't know. They all moved out. They move in, they move out, move in, move out. So, how many people are gonna be in front of that house?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're gonna have.
How
no-
many,
we're
how
gonna-
many adult residents in this house? 3?
Certainly, I'll let you know. Five.
Five.
adults.
So we're
5
gonna have no
adults.
parking.
And one of those is a mom that's 80.
Yeah, she already lives there. She's lived there the whole time.
So there's
I see you, sir.
Yeah.
a husband and wife and the brother
They're-
and sister-in-law
they're-
and the mom.
They're nice people. I feel sorry for them, but these are single-family homes. This is gonna be a problem. They do it, then the neighbor's gonna do it. They've all done it. It's getting out of control. This is supposed to be Massapequa. We pay exorbitant taxes, property taxes, to enforce these codes, and now they're not gonna be enforced? They've never been enforced. This has to be disapproved. It's that simple. They're gonna see in our bathrooms, our backyard, where's the privacy? It's gonna be like the city, they're gonna be on top of each other. We live, if you look at the pictures, we live right there, they're right on us, so now they're gonna have a second floor looking in on all our windows. It's not my fault they cut down all the trees and everything else, so,
I just want to put on the record, sir, that if they were not asking for a parent-child, they could put a second, they could put a second story just as you could without,
we already have a second story, we've had it there for 3 decades almost.
you have a second story.
Yeah, because we've been there for 3 decades, and there was trees and everything there when we bought the house. We would have never bought the house if people were gonna see in our bathrooms and our bedrooms and our backyard. There's no privacy. All the backyards are aligned. Now they're not gonna be.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sir, did you want to speak? You've already spoken.
I can't.
No, we can't have this all night long. Sir, did you want to speak? Come on up, please. With us.
Okay, sir, would you just raise your right hand, please?
My name
I'll
is,
tell the truth, George proceedings.
yes,
Thank you. Your name and address, please.
okay. My name is Wilkins Thaluzma. I'm the husband of Yamili Thaluzma. Please stand up. Yamili, okay. My brother-in-law, Mr. Evans Strogoff, please stand up. Okay. Miss Miriam Dorfey and my mother-in-law,
Don't
Elizabeth
have to
Kelly.
stand up.
We are the people who will be there. We love our neighbors. We talk with them, we greet them. They have their windows there. We all use curtains. They have a second floor where they can overlook at us. We never felt like they invaded our privacy. We do not have any plans whatsoever to invade their privacy at all. Plus, with the way the plans are, there is no way we'll be having access to look through their windows and their personal space. I have seen the older gentleman sitting by his window looking at me, but I could never see inside his place. It's like if I'm passing by, I see your head, but I can tell what's happening there. I won't be able to do that. We have no interest of that. If his window is open, we will look the other way. We don't have any interest in that whatsoever. So this is the family, and then the 2 kids, one of them is already playing soccer, the other one goes to a Catholic school, they love him. He's 5 years old. We just want to continue to have a decent American life. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. We don't want any headache,
I hear you. Thank you.
Thank you.
all right? Thank you
for
so
your
much.
Thank you, yes, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else wishing to be heard on this application? Mr. Schumacher, could you speak to some of these
Sure.
concerns of the neighbor?
They did sign the restrictive covenants, which indicates they have to remove the kitchen if they have to sell the house. It has to be renewed every 3 years. You met the family. The house next door is a two-story house. I showed pictures of that for the board, and it's on approximately about the same size property. And there are other 2 stories in the area. They just want to live in harmony in the neighborhood, and going to be an attractive house after it's done.
So if after 3 years, there is a problem, this house comes back for renewal, if the board grants it, you can speak to the town at that point. And if there is a problem, the town can revoke their special permit.
It's my understanding when the renewal comes up in 3 years, the neighbors are notified.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. If there's any adult changes, they must know, yeah. And there's a fee, of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bob, did you say you withdrawing B for the application?
Yes,
It's
the parking on Rockwood, that fence is gonna be closed off the
But
gate.
not on-
Not the front one, no,
On
no.
Cox, you're still asking?
Right, it's a
but
very
just-
unusual property.
Just Rockwood you're withdrawing?
Yes, yes.
Thank you,
And that curb cut's gonna be filled in. There's no need for that.
thank you.
My only other comment, Mr. Schumacher, is with the height. I know it's not a big ask, but there are other asks, and so I would like you to speak to your client about bringing the height down to meet code.
Okay.
All
If
right?
We could put this on reserve.
We'll put it on reserve
Okay.
pending their decision.
Sure.
Thank you.
It might indicate a roof pitch variance needed.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Do the decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hearing 5, Appeal 25-151, Katie Sky at 125 Exeter Road, Massapequa.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'd like to pass some photos and consent letters for the board. I'm representing the Skies of 125 Exeter Road. Mr. and Mrs. Sky are seeking a variance for proposed roof over, not having the required side yard setback, exceeding lot coverage and gross floor area, and to amend decision 24-181. The homeowners are seeking permission for a roof over in the rear of the property. It will not be visible from the street or neighbors. The property is fenced in and heavily shrubed with evergreen-type shrubbery, as the photos show. The side yard setback the homeowners are seeking is 9.3 feet, where 10 feet is required, less than 8 inches. This will be an open roof over. It will have gutters on it, and the water runoff will be maintained on the homeowner's property. If this variance was granted, the homeowners were conditioned not to further enclose this structure. We do have consent letters from the neighbor directly across the street at 119 Exeter Road, and the other neighbor across the street, the Pickens, at 120 Exeter Road. The other neighbors across the street at 122 and 128 Exeter Road, and also the other two neighbors at 120 and 134 Dartmouth Road. This will be an attractive addition. The house is currently under construction, and there is a permit for all the work being done. The homeowners are trying to do this roof over at the same time the construction is being done on the house, and there's never been any complaints or violations from the town on this property.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Do they have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hearing number 6, Appeal 25-156, Pasqualino Ruffa at 60 Seaview Street, Massapequa.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
Christina Bravin, Moreno
Smart,
Expediting, P.O. Box 39, Bethpage, New York. Good evening. We're requesting permission to reduce the minimum rear yard setback from 25 feet to 14 feet for an existing shed, increase in maximum allowed building coverage from 20% to 21.87 for a proposed one-story addition, and lastly, maintain a 6-foot fence in the front yard. The existing shed is 5 foot by 8 foot. It's strictly for storage purposes. It's been in the location for 5 years. Typically, sheds of this size don't require a permit, and they are subject to only 3-foot setback, but the way they have it positioned is right up against the house in that shallow side yard. And so they're keeping it at 14 feet and where 25 is needed. The proposed addition is a construction of 220 square foot first floor addition intended to create a separate dining room off of the existing kitchen. And the addition complies with all FAR regulations and setbacks. However, it's in the minor exceedance of allowable building coverage by 1.87, which is 167 square feet. And achieving the same benefit without seeking relief would significantly reduce the size, and then it just would be pointless. They wouldn't be able to use it the way they're trying to. And regarding the 6-foot fence, I'm sure you passed by the property and you could see not only is there a 6.3-foot setback from the property line, but there is a 16-foot town right-of-way. So there are no safety concerns or visibility issues on that corner.
Okay.
If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Do they have any questions? No? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Me too.
Okay, next is, hearing number 8, Appeal 25-160, 65 South Bay LLC at 65 South Bay Avenue, Massapequa.
Hey, Larry.
I'll tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address.
James Apka from Todd O'Connell Architects, 1200 Veterans Highway, Hauppauge, New York, 11788.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Chairwoman, board members. I'd like to start by handing in a affidavit from the adjacency neighbors signing off on the project that they reviewed it.
Thank you.
The application in front of you tonight is for the reconstruction of a new two-story dwelling on an existing expanding foundation. We're here tonight requesting relief from the GFA lot coverage at the roof pitch variance and also building height. The numbers that we show here is going to be we're looking for a increase in lot coverage from 25% to 29.2%, and a increase in ground floor area from 3,350 square feet to 4,326 square feet. With this reconstruction, I want to be noted that this house is in a flood zone. So the reason why we are asking for a square footage variance is we have to relocate the mechanical room to the first floor of this house and align with the floors. Also, in doing that, the existing dwelling sits currently 2.9 feet above grade. So what we did was we reduced the required 6 pitch down to a 5 pitch to meet the 28 feet. One note I'd like to point out, which I'm not sure of, we were denied on building height. To my recollection, I believe building height's taken from pre-existing average grade. This house does meet the 28 feet, however, I don't know why the plans examiner rejected it for over.
We have 28.3 on our records.
28.3 to the grade, but from pre-existing average grade, it's 27'11". And we did do a roof pitch. We're requesting roof pitch variance to meet this. As we know, it is in flood zones, so these houses are typically higher than some other homes, but we are trying to keep that down low to keep this house to be in line with the rest of the block.
Well, you're almost 1,000 feet over on the gross floor area. You're over on height, and we have a roof pitch variance, so it's a lot.
Again, yes, we like to do, I believe the board prefers a roof pitch variance over the actual height variances.
Well, it's becoming very common for people to come before us and say, well, then I'm gonna ask for a roof pitch variance if I can't have the height. And it's happening more and more, so now we're saying back, we want both. We want the height and we want the roof pitch. Because the reason for the roof pitch is because we don't want to see these houses looking boxy.
Yes.
They're just overtaking the lots, they're overtaking neighborhoods, and they're ugly.
Which is, yeah, and with this design, we tried to get away from the boxy look. If you look at the front elevation, we
Can I
did.
see the elevations, Michael, please?
In doing this
Take a look.
design, we set the main gable back from the front walls of the house as much as we could. And again, this is in a flood zone, so we are almost losing 2 feet just to maintain the required 2 feet above base flood elevation with this home.
It is a flood area.
No. That's the front. Okay.
So the roof pitch variance that we're requesting would be the main gable going back to front on this house.
The roof pitch is in this gable or this, no, this 12/7, 4 on 12. That says 4 on 12. We have 5 on 12.
5 on 12, correct.
These plans say 4 on 12.
The most recent plans, I believe, should be 5.
And I'm talking about over the front door.
Oh, no, over, if you look at the south elevation.
Which, shouldn't there be a variance for that too then?
Might have been missed.
Right? He said on the south elevation.
Page A6.
Thank you. I don't see A6. I mean, that was A4, so it should come after it.
It should be right below the front elevation of the house, the side elevation that I'm speaking of.
And we go from A4 to N1.
Ooh, that's weird.
Let's see if there's another plan. Oh, okay. There we go. We have the wrong set of plans completely. So we have 12/9.
That'd be the front gables.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Michael. All right, anybody else have any concerns, questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing 9, Appeal 23-156, Nicole Ferretti at 9 Brookline Drive, North Massapequa.
Hi, sir. Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes,
Tell the truth during these proceedings?
yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
William Brooks, 9 Brookline Drive.
Thank you.
I wish I was as well prepared as that gentleman. Basically, I guess we're here for, when we had the house built, we had 2 bump outs placed in the front of the house by the builder. When the house was being built, at the time they were on the plans, the builder said it wasn't going to affect anything, it wasn't going to affect the square footage of anything, and the architect came in, then redrew the plans and submitted them, and I think that's why we're here. We didn't know if anything went over or anything was needed. We were told it was going to be fine, and
It's
that's about all I
pretty de
have for you.
minimis. It's de minimis.
Yeah, it's very small in the gross floor area. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? No. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hearing number 10, Appeal 25-158, James Sheridan at 3 East Court, Bethpage.
Tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address.
Good evening, my name is Ashley Locunis from ASB Engineering. Our office is located at 1924 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this evening on behalf of our client, Mr. James Sheridan, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 3 East Court in Bethpage, New York. This property is located in an R17 zone, and there are no prior variances for the property. We are here this evening as a result for an application filed with the building department to maintain a 6-foot chain link fence around the sides and rear of the property and an existing vestibule, for which is one of the items we are here for tonight. The existing front vestibule does not have the minimum required average front yard setback of 30 feet, having an existing setback of 23 feet, for which we are requesting 7 feet of relief. Additionally, the existing shed does not have the minimum required side yard setback of 3 feet, having an existing side yard setback of 2.8 feet, for which we are requesting just 0.2 feet of relief. Mr. Sheridan has spoken with his neighbors and collected 9 letters of support, which I would like to submit to the board at this time.
Thank you.
The letters of support are from all of the abutting properties, as well as additional neighbors on the radius map as well. I have provided a radius map marking off which neighbors have provided their support. The new owners, who are also part of the Sheridan family, were made aware of the legalizations at the time of sale between relatives. The previous resident was an older family member, and they were made aware of the legalizations at the time of sale and agreed to get the appropriate permits.
You mentioned a fence before. Is that why they came in? Because of a fence? I heard, did you say something about a
The
fence?
fence was on our application, but we're not here for it tonight.
Okay, it doesn't need a variance?
No.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing 11, Appeal 25-238, Jessica Ginnon at 11 Coronet Crescent North, Bethpage.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Jessica Guinan, 11 Coronet Crescent, Bethpage, New York. In full disclosure, I am an employee of the Town of Oyster Bay Department of Planning and Development, and I work as a clerk typist 2 directly for the Zoning Board of Appeals, but I am here as a resident of the Town of Oyster Bay asking for a variance. Good evening.
Thought you
I am
looked
seeking
familiar.
relief. I am seeking relief for a circular driveway that was built on my property prior to our purchase of the house in 2011. The situation came to light following our application for a reconstruction of our detached garage after a fire in June of 2023. In order to close out our garage application, we need to obtain a permit for the circular driveway that has been on our property for more than 14 years that we've owned the house. Our house is located in the center of an oval-shaped street, and there are cars on the street that have been parked and hit overnight, so that would be beneficial for us. I have also brought 12 letters of consent from our neighbors and return receipts. Only 12?
She knows how things work in the zoning board office.
Well-oiled machine.
Yep. Okay. Anybody have any questions, concerns? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hearing 12, Appeal 25-255, which will be heard in conjunction with Hearing 13, Appeal 25-256, Charles Seminario at 110 Spruce Avenue, Bethpage.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board. For the appellant, Tom Abadi, I'm an attorney with offices at 88 Sunnyside Boulevard in Plainview. Mr. McKenzie, you're looking very Italian today. This appeal seeks that relief necessary to effectuate a 2-lot subdivision on Spruce Avenue in Bethpage. This is a neighborhood north of Cherry Street and a ways across from Bethpage High School. This appeal is also a reconfiguration of that which you considered in May of this year. And what we have done in the interim is to reduce the size of one of the houses. The first time we came here, we needed GFA relief. Now both houses are below the maximum gross floor area, and we've also excised cellar entrances from the plans. Thus, what we're left with is strictly dimensional relief for one component only, lot width. As presently configured, we have 110 feet of frontage on Spruce. We're going to cut that right in half, so it's 55-foot wide lots, rather than 70 feet across, which are allowed, or mandated rather, in the R17. However, despite that, we meet every other requirement of the R17. Most importantly, lot area. You have to maintain 7,000 square feet. Parcel A has over 8,000 square feet. Parcel B has over 9,000 square feet. Each lot exceeds the minimum front yard setback. Each lot exceeds the minimum rear yard setback. Both lots meet the side yard and aggregate side yard. We do not exceed the height requirements. We do not exceed lot coverage. Solely lot width, front to back. From a practical perspective, Madam Chair, members of the board, when you look at the plan, you can see that we have detached garages. Parcel A has a 1-car detached, parcel B a 2-car detached, so it allows us to store vehicles on site, but because they're at the rear of the parcel, each lot has a very long driveway, so we can get cars off the street more so than a regularly configured lot, so it will not have an adverse impact on Spruce Avenue from that perspective. I have a series of 4 photographs as one exhibit over 2 pages, shows you the subject and the abutting parcels and the parcels across the street.
Give that to me, please. Thanks.
Thank you.
Most importantly, when I filed this appeal, I didn't just give you a radius map of 100 feet, as is in compliance with the rules of the board, but I supplied you with a 500-foot radius map, and the reason for that is simple. The testimony previously urged you to believe that these two lots, which solely lack lot width, would be wildly out of character with the neighborhood. This radius map that I've given you proves that is not the case. So as my penultimate exhibit, I love throwing out that word. Obviously, it's next to last. But I had 3 years of law school. I have to use some of those words sometime. So this is an augmented radius map. There's one for each of you, and I hand that up as my second to last exhibit.
Thank you. Pretty house. Here we go. Right here.
Kathy, pass that back.
Oh, this,
Great. Everybody have one? I have extras. Everybody has one?
Lisa?
Lisa? You-
I did, yes.
All right, so if everyone's ready, I'll walk you through it. What I've done, the subject parcel is highlighted in yellow. In fact, I put a key on the upper right side of the map so you can follow the color coordination, okay? So the yellow is the subject parcel. All of the orange and green lots, those are all lots that are only 50 feet across within the radius. The pink, all of the pink lots are those lots which are greater than 50 feet, as we're requesting here, but less than 70 feet as required by the code. So just by looking at all the colors in this map, you can see how many substandard lots are in the immediate vicinity of the subject. If you look at our side of the street, of the 9 lots that front on Spruce, 6 are substandard. If you go on the opposite side of the street, there are also 9 lots that front on Spruce. 5 are substandard. 4 of them are 50-footers, less than what we're requesting. 1 only has 15 feet of frontage on the roadway and 15 feet of lot width because it's a flag. This is objective evidence that the character of the neighborhood will not be adversely impacted by that which we request tonight, which is simply 1 variance for each lot. The alternative here would be to build on this parcel as presently configured. There's 2 things you have to bear in mind about that. One is that we have the single largest lot. Therefore, were you to grant these appeals, because there are 2 of them, it doesn't act as an adverse precedent. Nobody else can take the Seminario appeals and say, oh, now you have to give that to me. Secondly, what else it does is we build this big house in this big lot, because that's the only alternative. It's going to go for a big price. We don't need that in the town of Oyster Bay. Families have to start somewhere. This property, or these properties, if approved, will be 55 feet across, 4 bedrooms, have all the amenities, detached garages, and they abut property owned by the Bethpage Water District. There's at least a 1 million gallon elevated storage tank on this property behind. This is the perfect place for a family to start out living. The variances are not dramatic. I offer up as my last exhibit, and I don't have a fancy word for last, but 2 consents, and they come from property immediately abutting us to the north and the property owner directly across the street. Thank you, and that's my case.
Okay. We're all very familiar with this since you
I'm
were.
sorry?
We're all very familiar with these lots since you were here not too long ago on this application.
Yes, and I really feel the board was misled by that which was told to you that evening. There's a lot of misinformation. Quite frankly, I was quite surprised by it. And that's why we retooled it and came back before you to give a proper analysis of that which exists.
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you, it's a good map.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Everybody come up together, please. Can I have that exhibit? Yes. Thank you. We're going to swear you all in together. I just ask that you not completely repeat the same information over and over, just if he, well, you say whatever you want. I can't limit that, but go ahead. Swear him in.
Tell the truth in these proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you. And just your name and address before you speak.
Michael Fitzpatrick, 100 Spruce Avenue.
Thank you, sir.
That was quite a performance by the representative for the speculator builder that wants to subdivide this lot.
That was a presentation.
Well, from where I sat, it was a performance. He also questioned the integrity of the testimony, or whatever we call it here, that I gave last time.
Okay.
I take that personally as well.
Fair enough.
There was no misinformation passed on by me or anybody else that spoke about this. He's talking about houses that have 50-foot lot, and he calls them substandard. I don't know if that's, the way, you refer to properties in the town of Oyster Bay. But those houses were built on those lots well before the laws were changed to require 70-foot frontages. Those laws were changed so that this kind of thing wouldn't happen, so that we didn't become a ghetto because there happens to be a water tower in our backyard. I was very calm before he spoke, but he's really got me riled up. I apologize, I'm a little bit shaky, but.
I just do want to say that substandard is not meant as a pejorative term. It is a zoning term. It is like
Okay.
something that you would learn first here in law
Fine.
school for zoning, so it's not, I understand why it could sound offensive.
Right.
But I want to sort of diffuse that.
He talks also about the house having not enough frontage, only 14-foot frontage. That's my house. My house was built in 1912. There were no other houses on the block at the time. There were the zoning laws. Do we want to go back to the zoning laws of 1912? I don't think so. The reason that they were changed over time is because conditions have changed, and that we're trying to get a handle on overdevelopment. And, if, just because there are houses with less frontage, which far predate these weren't granted as variances, these houses that are substandard. They were built under the current legal, system at the time. As a matter of fact, I don't believe there's been a house built with less than 70-foot frontage since 1965 on that block. And there's no reason to begin now simply so a speculator / developer can maximize his profit. We had a perfectly lovely house on that land, and they tore it down in anticipation of the fact that you would roll over for them and grant them whatever variance that they needed to maximize their profit. Hopefully, that's not what's going to happen. And this isn't in a case like we've heard before of a family that needs to build a couple of inches over the existing, allowances so that they can help a disabled child live comfortably in their home. This isn't about a neighbor who's been a neighbor of ours for 30 years who wants to build a deck that maybe exceeds what's allowable. This is a speculator coming in to profit off this land in our neighborhood. We have to live there. I've been a resident here for 30 years. I've worked very hard to maintain my property, to afford to live in this nice neighborhood, and I don't see that there's any reason other than profit to overturn your well-thought-out rule of 70-foot frontages. All right, so, there's a few other things that I wanted to get to as well. This also, I know you say you visited the neighborhood and you've seen all the properties, but this is an unusually busy street, too. It happens to be a cut-through street from the north neighborhoods down to the south towards the high school. It's not just your sleepy little side street. So any issues with more cars parking on the street are exacerbated by the fact that there's a lot of traffic that comes up and down the road. We spoke before. He mentioned again how they'd have these lovely long driveways with with detached garages. But as I said last time, I live in a house with a long driveway and a detached garage, and it is just not practical to put more than 1 or 2 cars in that driveway at any given time, because otherwise you're constantly playing back and forth, pull out, let the person out, get back in. It's just, you can't keep 4 cars in a driveway like that and keep them off the street. So that's kind of a false thing. Yeah, I think that ordinances like this should only be disregarded in a case of, in a case of public interest. And the only interest here is in the builder's profit. It's not in the interest of anybody in the neighborhood. It's not a public interest case. It's a profit case. Yeah, and you know, as I said, I get a little upset listening to that presentation, but, you know, it really only requires you to stick by the laws. And there's really, there's no public interest in changing the laws or granting a variance in this case. And I'll let somebody else.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and address, please.
Kathy Fitzpatrick, 100 Spruce Avenue, Bethpage.
Thank you.
I want to start by saying I am adamantly opposed to having these two structures built with not enough frontage. It's too small for two houses. These building restrictions requirements were put in place for a reason. People do not want their block or neighborhood with high-density housing, people on top of each other. I don't want smushed houses. I'd live in Queens or Brooklyn if I wanted that. I don't. I live here where we have space. I happen to have one of the 112-year-old houses with the substandard frontage. It's been there 112 years. The reason, and so do some of my neighbors, and again, as the previous speaker stated, the rules were changed a long time ago to avoid Long Island, Nassau County looking like the city, because people wanted to come to the suburbs and have their property the way it is. We bought our house because we loved how it looked and we loved the block. The houses are different shapes and sizes. It's a lovely block. They're not all smushed together. We constantly get mailings from the town supervisor saying how him and his team are protecting our quality of life in Oyster Bay. Okay? Well, the building rules are in place to do just that. This is a quality of life question. There is putting two houses on this property, a property only zoned to fit one house, does not preserve my quality of life. The only person whose quality of life will be improved is the builder. He gets to add to his bank account. My husband and I both work 2 jobs. I've worked 3 and 4 at a time to have a quality of life and live in my home, be able to take care of it and maintain it. Allowing 2 houses on this property where they don't fit would change the character of the block. I totally disagree with the speaker. I don't want to see 2 houses crammed next to each other. I see it in other parts of Bethpage, and it looks horrendous. It will look like, pardon my French, crap, and not fit in with the way the block looks. And this can be a busy block at times, as has been stated. It is kind of like a little pass-through from Hay Path down to the high school, down to Cherry and Stewart. There are a lot of cars on the block. Just looking at my house, neighbors on either side adjacent and directly across the street. So I'm talking this triangle of 4 houses. There are 18 vehicles owned by the people. 18 vehicles for 4 houses, and we have driveways. My son comes home from work sometimes late, 10 o'clock. He has to park 3 or 4 houses down. That's not right. And one of the people, and they're allowed to have the cars, has a commercial truck, so he has to park in his driveway. He has 5 other vehicles that have to go somewhere. So that is an issue. Parking is a consideration. And now you're going to add 2 houses. I don't care if they have a driveway and a garage. I have a driveway and a garage, and we have trouble parking sometimes, and it's ludicrous. And there's a fire hydrant in front of this property. So you cannot park within X feet from that fire hydrant. If you look at the photo, there is a fire hydrant in front of that property. Always has been. And there is precedence on this block to deny the variance. The same builder wanted to do the exact same thing approximately 14 or 15 years ago, and I have nothing against this builder, I'm just saying the builder, directly across the street from this property. They wanted to do the exact same thing, 2 houses on a too small lot. The variance was denied. for good reason, as it should have been. They built one nice, large house, had no trouble selling it. It's beautiful. Let them do the same thing on this property. Stick to the rules. I do not want two houses crammed on that lot. And I think it's disingenuous to be saying, well, we're gonna help these people get into a house. Baloney. There's two of these giant houses across the street. They're lovely. They were sold. People are buying the big houses. You don't have to have two houses crammed on this property. I'm adamant. I'm very much against it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name and address?
Natalie Seymour, oh my gosh, I forgot where I live, 106 Spruce Avenue. I just wanted to read my letter. I know I was here last time and spoke, so I'm gonna try not to repeat anything, but I already have my letter written. I did want to address, I didn't really appreciate the comment either about the incorrect information last time, because I was also someone who spoke. And I think that, I spoke pretty well and fair. The builder was someone who came to my house with gift baskets on multiple occasions looking for my signature. And I did bring that up, that's a fact. And I actually left out the fact that I brought, I think, 14 or 15 signatures last time against this variant. The two that are, I guess, in favor of it are probably the two that I went to that denied signing my petition, saying it's pointless anyway. He has so many connections in the town. He knows people. He's going to get it done. There's no way you're going to win against him, which is the same sentiment he would pass to me when he would come to my house with the gift baskets with the little comments. So I think that those two signatures he has are a little disingenuous, as are the comments about making this really family-friendly for these two houses, when really, the builder doesn't care about that. He wants the profit, I'm just saying. My quick letter is, I said, I'm writing again as a Bethpage homeowner and lifelong member of this community to respectfully urge the board to uphold the decision to deny the variance request. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm nervous. Being appealed for the property next door. Though I've lived in this home for less than a year, I grew up just around the corner, and I chose to invest in this neighborhood because of everything that makes it beautiful. Its space, its character, and the way it feels like home, even to newcomers like my husband. Bethpage is known for being a safe, welcoming, family-centered community, not for playing Tetris with property by cramming as many houses as possible. The block is already narrow, busy, and packed with cars. The idea of squeezing two homes where only one belongs is not only unsafe and impractical, but also disrespects the existing residents who built their lives here and care deeply about preserving Bethpage for the town it is. This isn't a case of a local dad requesting a variance to build a backyard deck for his kids to roast marshmallows. This is a developer pushing aggressively to maximize profit with little regard for the people who already live here. And frankly, a builder's greed should not outweigh the voices, values, and investment of Bethpage homeowners, many of whom have spent their lives here. Zoning laws exist for a reason, and when you start making exceptions for profit-driven appeals, you risk opening the door for future developments that slowly chip away at the heart of our town. And personally, just on my behalf, I didn't buy a home expecting to end up with someone else's house in my backyard. It's an incredible infringement of my privacy. This isn't a town in Suffolk County with plenty of land between homes where maybe two houses on a property would be feasible. This is Bethpage. We're already close enough that if someone next door sneezes, we bless them through the walls. So adding another house in the space is not cozy, it's chaos. I love living in Bethpage. I chose to remain here for the many reasons I've already stated, and one of those is not turning it into a rent-maximizing borough. And I'm not the only one who feels this way, as seen in the previous petition signed by the majority of the residents in the immediate area during the first hearing for this variance. I'm sure the builder was hoping to exhaust the neighbors with his immediate appeal, but I have no problem continuing to come here to fight to preserve the integrity of where I've chosen to call home. So please continue to stand with the residents and uphold your original decision. That's my letter, and I'm glad that my neighbor brought up the fire hydrant, because that's a big concern too. That has a big deal to do with parking. They're not gonna be able to park there. And is there anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to be heard on this application? Mr. Abadi?
So, look, we're all sensitive to our neighbors' concerns, because whoever buys these houses are going to live there, and we want them all to be happy. But we have to realize, we have to put this into perspective. There was a house on this property. So if this appeal is granted, what's the net impact? One additional house than what has historically been there. That's the net increase, one additional house. Mr. and Mrs. Fitzpatrick live in a 50-foot lot, but yet they tell you how horrible these two 50-foot wide lots are going to be, and they keep ascribing a profit motive. Well, God bless America. I mean, I love those stripes behind you and those stars on that blue background. Everything's about profit in this country. And yes, is Mr. Seminario looking to make a profit? Yes, that's his business. Just like you have your business and you have yours and you have yours. We all have our businesses. Ultimately, though, however, they get sold to families. We have to remember there will be no adverse precedent because we have the single largest lot in the neighborhood. I'm so loath to bring up this next part, but it's part of the record, part of the public record in the town of Oyster Bay. Ms. Seymour is talking about rules have to be obeyed, and I'm so loath to tell you this, but I feel that I must. She has an open code enforcement file against her for an alleged illegal apartment. And when the code enforcement officers went to her house, she refused them access. I have this directly from the...
Okay, we're not gonna do that. Please don't. But nobody interrupted you while you were speaking, and now you're interrupting testimony, and the stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time.
From code enforcement that they were refused access. So it goes to the credibility of the witnesses. They're also tried to besmirch Mr. Seminario, both tonight and last time. Oh, you know, he tried a subdivision, a 3-lot subdivision, and he was denied. One of the other neighbors who wasn't here tonight spoke to me afterwards and said, and you were the lawyer. I never brought such an application. And I asked Mr. Seminario, he didn't bring such an application. Last time, Ms. Seymour accused Charlie of the gift basket being a bribe. That was the word she used. That was the misinformation to which I alluded. Mrs. Fitzpatrick made a very good point. She said that this neighborhood can't fit houses on 55-foot wide lots. Well, obviously, from the radius map, it can. It has, and it does. 6 out of 9 on our side of Spruce, 5 out of 9 on the other side of Spruce. So it has historically, and it will continue to be. This is the last possible time that could happen, and again, the net increase is one house. That's my case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you. Good night.
Hearing 14, Appeal 25-239, Weisfeld Capital LLC at 9 Newport Drive, Plainview.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm surprised he did it.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Dina Byrne, 5 Renville Court, Mill Neck, New York, 11765.
Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chairperson and members of the board. I'm here this evening on behalf of the property owner of 9 Newport Drive in Plainview, New York, also known as Section 13, Block 91, Lot 4, located within the R120 Residence District. If the board could kindly refer to the radius maps and surveys we've submitted, the subject property is an irregular pie-shaped lot measuring 21,571 square feet. Due to its unique shape and configuration, compliance with certain zoning requirements have presented inherent challenges. The property is currently improved with a 2-story residence with an attached 2-car garage constructed under permit R 22004524, issued in October 2022. As part of that permit, a circular driveway was included and approved. However, the contractor deviated from the approved plans during construction, utilizing the existing curb cut from a previously demolished dwelling on site. In May of 2024, a permit was issued for an installation of an in-ground swimming pool with a spa. That's permit P2405-0102, which was initially proposed in a different location than where it was ultimately constructed. And upon submission of an updated survey for the certificate of occupancy review, several non-compliant conditions were identified. The circular driveway encroached into the required front setback of to the bottom of the arch. The pool and spa was installed in a location deficient of the rear yard and side yard setback requirements. The construction of the outdoor kitchen structure, the construction of the outdoor kitchen structure was also on site that had not been included in the original plans. This structure has since been amended onto the dwellings permit. We are respectfully seeking the board's relief to maintain the following site conditions. For the circular driveway, the zoning code requires a minimum 50-foot setback to the base of the archway, the base of the driveway arch. We're requesting relief to maintain a setback of 37.4 feet. For the outdoor kitchen, the required side yard setback is 20 feet. We are requesting a variance to maintain a setback of 13 feet. For the in-ground pool and spa, the minimum required side yard and rear yard setbacks are 20 feet. The existing pool has a side yard setback of 10.5 feet to each respective side property line and 15.8 feet to the rear yard setback. The spa maintains a 19.8-foot setback to the eastern side yard and a rear yard setback of 11.5 feet. All 9 neighbors within the required notification area have been properly notified in accordance with the board's procedures. We are submitting 8 letters of support, including those from all abutting neighbors, all of whom are in favor of granting the requested variances. In addition, we're providing photos of the existing conditions for the board's review and consideration. Given the irregular shape of the lot and the support of the neighboring property owners, we respectfully request the board's approval for these variances. These improvements do not present any detriment to the surrounding neighborhood, as most are screened by a permitted 6-foot vinyl solid fence, and we believe the request reliefs are reasonable. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, be happy to answer.
Anybody have any questions?
No, very good.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Hearing 15, Appeal 25-267, Census Studios Incorporated at 8025 Jericho Turnpike, Woodbury.
So, do you need this from the last?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yep. This is number 15. Mike, can I give you this button? Thank you, sweetheart. Number 15 is it.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and members of the board. Just for the record, my client accused me of bringing the cane for sympathy. It's
Came
not.
to the wrong place.
I know that.
Walking wounded up here.
There's a
You're
bunch
not
of
gonna,
canes back here.
For the record, my name is Wayne Edwards, Son Ward Braff Cascignano, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York. I'm the attorney for the applicant, Census Studio, Inc., operating under the name of Here Yoga, for a variance for the reduction of off-street parking in the shopping center where the town Crown Parking Shopping Center, where 181 parking spaces are required and 139 spaces are provided. The applicant is a tenant in the shopping center located on the north side of Jericho Turnpike, 440 feet east of South Woods Road, known as Section 14, Block D, Lot 735, on the land and tax map of Nassau County. It's zoned Business F on the official zoning map of the town of Oyster Bay. It sits on 2.2 acres of land with a frontage on Jericho Turnpike of approximately 200 feet and a depth of approximately 500 feet. I have included in Exhibit A satellite photo so you can orient yourself as to where the building is located. It's perpendicular. The main building is perpendicular to Jericho Turnpike. You might be familiar with the tenant facing it, which is Gabby's Bagel. And it's L-shaped, and the parking lot has a freestanding building where the tenant now occupies. It's approximately 1,753 square feet. The tenant's business is a yoga and hot yoga studio, and the tenant is requesting the parking variance in order to utilize the basement area underneath the existing building to put an additional yoga studio in. The freestanding building was previously used by a florist, and before that, Rain Day Spa. The building department issued a building permit to Rain Day Spa to use the basement area for its use. So my client thought that the yoga studio could be utilized in that. We provided a list of tenants in Exhibit B, marked with their hours of operation, as some pictures of the shopping center. You will note from the list, and this is very important, that there's a mix of retailers and personal service tenants. This is by design, so that the shopping center parking lot is not overloaded and is sufficient parking. The principal of who owns the company is sitting to my left. His name is Larry Weinberger. He owns many shopping centers in Nassau County, Suffolk County, all going out to West Hampton. One of the things he does, he puts the proper mix of tenants in the shopping center, recognizing the need. And for years, he bought the shopping center years ago. He opened up the Gabby's and owned and operated the Gabby's up to a couple years ago. So he's very familiar with the shopping center. This is his crown jewel in terms of it. Takes a lot of pride in it. You can see from the landscaping that he really puts a lot of time and effort into it. So in terms of allowing the yoga studio to open, we looked at the hours of the yoga studio. In Exhibit C, you'll see the hours. You'll note that the middle of the day, when it's busy at the shopping center, the yoga studio doesn't have classes. And that's by design because most of the patrons are women, some men, and the hours of operation start at 5:30 in the morning. The women come in before the kids go to school, or before they go to work, goes to around 11 o'clock, then it takes a gap up till around 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then it picks up again until they close at 9:30. So by looking at the hours of operation of the tenants, it fits into that niche. In addition, his daughter owns the yoga studio, so she's now his tenant.
They're all tenants.
He's hoping that the success of the yoga studio, which has been successful, he'll be putting it into his other shopping centers as well, the ones that could take it. He also has, on the busy days, a parking lot attendant. Now, the main purpose, and one of the things Larry does, is he makes sure all of the employees park in the rear of the center, keeping the spaces open for the customers and clients. And he also, all deliveries have to be in the rear as well.
Okay.
And in terms of the yoga studio, one studio, in terms of the floor plan, one studio is on the hot studio is on the main floor. The other studio will be in the basement. It's not heated, so you can have different types of classes for different types of clients. In terms of the surrounding area, this has no access to the residential area to the north. On one side is the Stoller Center, and on the other side, I call it, even though they're no longer there, the Dugan Sandwich Center. Then you have Stop and Shop, and across the street you have Gutterman's, Days Inn, and another shopping center and a diner. It's been our experience that we're not, other than Gutterman's, we're not getting too much parking from the other centers, and we're not parking in their centers as well. So it's been self-contained. In terms of there was a variance granted previously. I attached that Exhibit D back when we did the pizza parlor. In terms of under 267B of the town law, in terms of the balancing test, there's really no detriment to the area. Larry runs a good shopping center. He'll keep his daughter, who's a great individual and been raised correctly, make sure she doesn't have any impact on the shopping center itself, other than be a good tenant and pay her rent.
Okay.
And that concludes my presentation.
Okay, that's great.
And what did you say the use was before the yoga studio?
It was a florist shop, and before the florist shop, Rain Day Spa. They provided spa services, and they had the first floor, and then had got a building permit, and there was no variance for the building permit, to go downstairs and put part of the treatments and things like that down, dressing rooms downstairs, and it was converted for that purpose.
Okay. Okay, so the parking would be different for retail
Yes.
than this, yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
No?
All joking aside, your leg okay?
No.
No, not okay? I wish you.
I have to get a new hip.
Oh, no.
And it would take me 15 to 20 minutes, and the other people want to go to explain how how this got screwed up.
This wasn't because of that bicycle
No,
accident?
no,
Okay.
this is some other things I've done to myself.
Sorry to hear
It'll be
that.
it'll be
Yeah.
my third replacement. I have a hip, a knee, and now I'll have another hip.
Bionic man.
That's what I will be.
But at least they match.
Going through metal detectors is not fun.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you
Feel
very
better.
much. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Hearing 16, Appeal 25-159, Crystal Wang at 31 Underhill Avenue, Syosset.
Good evening.
Hi, please right hand, please.
Yes.
Counselor Truth Jones proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Your name and address?
My name is Fran Dufresne, 9 Blue Spruce Lane, Comac, New York, 11725.
Thank you.
We are here tonight seeking permission to construct a second-floor addition on an existing dwelling. If you've been by the property and by the survey submitted, you can see that the lot is an irregular shape. The rear corner of the house has a setback of 8 foot on that side where 12 would be required. Forward of that, it does widen out and it does meet the setback requirement. Building directly up over the footprint, we impact that one rear corner of the house. The property is 6,800 square feet. We're allowed to occupy 3,140 square feet of the lot. We're under the lot. I think that perhaps the basement square footage was added in for the gross floor area. The basement has a 6'11" ceiling height. I have a photo of that. So I'm not sure if that needs to be included in the variance. We put a tape measure up to it and took a photo of it to show that it's 83.
Give us
So-
1 second.
Sure. It isn't specified. I think that was where the issue came in. It wasn't specified there, so it was assumed it was over 7 feet, but it actually is 6'11". Yeah, which
So-
it is 6'11" by photo. If you want, I can.
So you'd really only be here for the second-story addition otherwise?
We're only there for the 8-foot side yard. It's difficult to tell in the photo, but I tried to zoom in on it. So the real variance here
I
is.
can't accept that as fact.
Okay.
I mean, I
Things that have to
appreciate,
be addressed before you get to the podium
yeah,
here.
you
Okay.
can
You
take
should
them.
go, if you get a rejection that you don't agree with, before you get here, address it then.
Okay.
Bring in your plans, show whatever proof that you have, so the variance, so that you're not advertising for this variance.
Okay.
So we'll finish the hearing.
Sure.
And this will go on reserve. We won't make a decision on it until that is resolved. We'll just hold it.
Okay.
You won't have to come back, there won't be any other hearings.
Okay.
But once we get that resolved, we'll either, I mean, if it's not true and the basement is included, then we're gonna go with what we have.
Okay.
And if the basement is taken out, then we'll just,
Sure.
okay?
So the primary issue is the back
Right.
corner, an 8-foot side yard setback. And it is created because of the side yard of the lot. If you drove past, you could see the house does kind of, the road curves.
Yeah, you can see it.
So the property has that side yard setback. So, if in fact we, do the gross floor area, include, the basement is an unfinished basement. It is a storage basement. It has no egress. It has no windows that you could, get out of in case of an emergency. It doesn't intend to be finished. The homeowners purchased the house in order for them to relocate to this residence. There'll be 1 bedroom on the first floor for their parents to live in. They also have small children, so upstairs will be 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There will not be a second kitchen. It is not for a 2-family use. It's just for a multiple generation family to reside. And the basement is not intended to be finished at this
Okay.
time. There's
right,
no,
so-
again, no egress, no exterior entrance, existing or proposed. It's not to be used as habitable space.
Thank you. We'll get that resolved through the planning department, the basement issue, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hearing 17, Appeal 25-162, Patricia Flynn at 205 Martin Court, Syosset.
Good evening.
Truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Salvatore Koshia, Permit to Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Flynn, who resides at 205 Martin Drive in Syosset. Property is located in R110 zone. She's proposing to maintain 2 sheds with a side yard setback of 0.9 feet, and one of the sheds has a rear yard setback of 2.6 feet, where 3 feet is required on both. The sheds are 10.33 feet in height, 10 foot is required. It's to the peak, the 0.33 that it's over. We're also looking for a reduction of off-street parking from 2 spaces to 1, as the garage was converted quite some time ago. The sheds have been there for approximately 10 years. Client has spoken to her neighbors, including the neighbor directly affected next to her, and all of them have stated they have no objections.
Okay. All right. May I have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
You do.
Too.
Hearing number 18, Appeal 25-242, Andrew Monteleone at 25 Harriet Drive, Syosset.
Councilor, truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, please.
Michael Rant, 39 West Main Street, Oyster Bay, New York, 11771. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm here this evening representing the owners of 25 Harriet Drive. I would like to submit, I have 5 consent letters. I've highlighted them on the radius map.
Thank you.
So the 2 direct neighbors to the left and right have signed consents, the 2 neighbors directly across the street, and 1 neighbor behind. We're here this evening seeking side yard setback variances for a renovation of an existing dwelling. This house, like many of the other homes in the neighborhood, are split-level houses, and many of them, including the houses to the left and the right, have added an attached single-car garage that encroach into the side yard. So it's a common improvement in the area. What we're seeking is just the side yard setback variance. We are less than the required 10-foot and less than the aggregate 25-foot. We have 6 foot 2 inches to the side yard and an aggregate of 20 foot and 1 inch. All other zoning aspects comply, gross floor area, lot coverage, all setbacks are full compliance. We're only seeking side yard setbacks to the garage, the addition, as well as the driveway. Again, these are common improvements found in the area, and I don't believe granting this variance will create any adverse impact on the neighborhood. Happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Anybody have any questions? Yes? No? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Hearing number 19, Appeal 25-263, 740 Glen Cove Avenue LLC, at 740 Glen Cove Avenue, Glen Head.
Good evening. Craig G. Biscone, attorney for the applicant, 1399 Franklin Avenue, Garden City, New York. Not to steal Mr. Edwards' thunder, torn Achilles. Doing real well, thank you. I go way back with Wayne. So the town building department records show that this little building predates town code. In 1967, there was a certificate of occupancy issued to use the premises as a surveying business office. 1989, a building permit was issued granting permission for use as an architect's office. And in 2023, the applicants purchased the premises with the intention on using it as a dental office. Well, almost 2 years later, here we are. Very modest 37 square foot addition was needed to accommodate the mechanicals for the dental office. The attic space was just too small to accommodate the mechanical equipment in this building, which is just shy of 800 square feet. There'll be a total of 2 dental chairs, 2 dentists that are partners. They're here this evening, along with the architect and the principal of the LLC, the husband of one of the dentists. The two dentists work conflicting hours, for the most part. There'll be one office manager and an assistant. So 3 employees on site, unless both dentists are needed at the same time, if there's an emergency or demand. Hours of operation, Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, except in the summer, when they don't have Saturday hours, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The property will be well landscaped, except for Glen Cove Avenue, because when they got the 239F application that was approved, they had line of sight issues with that, so they couldn't landscape along Glen Cove Avenue. There is no need for a loading zone. Supplies are delivered by Amazon, by UPS, and I'm venturing to say, on a monthly basis, far less frequently than my wife gets on a weekly basis.
I was going to say, I
Please
need a
don't tell
loading
her I
zone.
said We exceed the
Probably
park.
has less than my daughter, but
We exceed the parking requirements. There's 7 spots. 1 is an accessible spot, so there'll be plenty for the patients and for the staff with off-street parking. The special permit for office use is consistent with this board's decisions previously. I believe the notice said there was one in 1967 and one in 2000. Finally, 3 points: location, location, location. Their current office is across the street on Glen Cove Avenue where they rent. This is a very local dental practice. Patients are from the neighborhood. It took, like I said, nearly 2 years to get here. County approval, town site plan, engineering, environmental, DER, building department denial to get here this evening. The delay caused them some great financial hardship. I think the out-of-pocket costs exceeded 30% of the acquisition price. Plus, they continued to pay rent. But the commitment was strong. They want to have this office, new and improved office, to continue to service the neighborhood patients. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. I do have, as I said, the architect, the principal of the LLC, the husband, and my 2 dentists here this evening.
So how many parking spaces do you have, and you're meeting the parking requirements?
Parking, we're not here for a parking
Right, I
variance.
see
There
that.
are, let's just double check my facts here. 1 accessible and 5 additional, correct? 6 total? 7 total.
Okay.
6 spots plus an accessible, 7 in total.
Okay, that's good.
For one dentist at a time.
Yeah.
More than enough.
Mhm. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Come on up, sir.
Hello. Just raise your right hand, sir.
Sure.
Promise to tell the truth during the proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Brian Alway, 3 Chestnut Avenue. Good evening, Board. So I guess my only concern here on the adjacent property is with the parking. I know there was a reduction from the number of parking spots for loading to 0 spots. Currently, there's no parking on Glen Cove Avenue except for a short section on the west end of the block. The curb cut that I've reviewed in the plans is extended, so that reduces it further. There is an existing curb cut on Glen Cove Avenue for the property. I don't know why that wasn't taken into consideration. And currently, there's a commercial property across from this lot, which frequently gets deliveries on Chestnut Avenue, double parks and blocks the block. So my concern is with the business that's there, dumpster deliveries or whatever other deliveries associated with the medical practice would, further hamper the traffic on the block and reduce the parking further, which is already limited.
Okay, well, we'll have the attorney address those concerns when he gets back up to speak.
Okay.
But they are meeting the parking requirement.
I understand.
The only thing, they're not meeting the loading requirement, which according to the attorney, they don't need because it's a dental office, so they're not getting large deliveries brought
Mhm.
in there. It's not like a food service restaurant type of thing.
No, I understand the commercial property next to us, they have box trucks, there's dumpsters and.
Yeah, well,
I'm-
we'll ask about the garbage pickup and,
Sure,
okay?
okay,
Thank you for coming down here.
thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, come on back up. I can't see you.
Yeah.
I know, it's not easy.
It's getting better. Again, we're not here for a parking variance. We exceed the parking requirements. I hope I adequately addressed the deliveries. It's
You
small
did.
dental equipment.
I was going to ask about the garbage, the refuse pickup, because that is a concern.
Well, any medically required, I'm going to let I think you should get sworn in. Not you. We'll discuss medical waste, proper disposal, and typical, paper towels, that type of thing.
Okay.
You want, why don't you all get
Well,
sworn in?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Reno Jasanda. I'm
Raise your right hand.
Oh.
Sorry, promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address,
Reno
please.
Jasanda, 243 Brookville Lane, Glen Head, New York.
Thank you, sir.
Alyssa Stamoulis, 2759 Len Drive, Belmont, New York.
I'm sorry, can you spell your last name?
Stamoulis.
Angela Jasanda, 243 Brookville Lane, Glen Head, New York, 11545.
Thank you.
Regarding the garbage. it'll
Could you
be-
speak into the microphone?
Regarding the garbage, it'll be normal sanitation pickup twice
Town
a
of
week.
Oyster Bay?
Town of Oyster
Okay.
Bay. And any medical garbage, it's.
We have, we s-
Go ahead, Star Recycle.
Stericycle, they collect any waste, medical waste that we have.
So is it kept indoors until they come to get it?
Yes, nothing is
Because I'm trying to
outdoors.
find out if there's a
No.
dumpster on the site?
No, for reference, a normal day is one kitchen-sized garbage bag
Right.
is
Okay.
our waste. It's not, it's probably
Like
what you
one
go through in your
garbage
house. Yes, one.
And what do they collect every day, once a day, once a week?
Well, they get in town collection.
Yeah,
too.
downtown.
No, but I'm talking about the medical.
Oh,
Not even.
like 6 months? We
Oh,
don't.
okay,
We're,
fine,
it's sharps, it's not.
Got you.
We
Okay.
have buckets for it, it's.
Oh, okay, fine.
Really,
Not stored outside, though?
no, nothing is.
Okay.
It's
Thank
under
you.
the sink, it's a small basket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I think that's adequate. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for moving the calendar along so quickly. Not all towns do that.
Good night, thank you. Yes. Hearing 20, Appeal 25-155, Griffin and Gabriel Rosen at 16 Joseph Lane, East Norwich.
Would you raise your right hand? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address?
Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay.
Thank you.
Good evening, it's been a fun evening.
Good evening.
We have before you an application for the Rosen residence located at 16 Joseph Lane, East Norwich. It's an R17 zone. We're seeking a variance for the following items: lot coverage, aggregate side yard, roof pitch, the shed setbacks, and the driveway setback. We'll just go through the list. The lot coverage, the required is 25%, 1,772.25 square feet. We are proposing 2,008.31 square feet, which is a total percentage of 28.33, 3.33% over the maximum, a total of 236 square feet. Functionally, this home does remain a ranch house. The additional square footage is to expand to have a 21st century style primary suite, additional square footage for the living space. The cellar is not being expanded, it is a crawl space on the cellar, so the cellar is not expanded. Even with this additional coverage, we are not exceeding the floor area. Considering the side yards, we do meet the minimum 8-foot setback on both sides. It is the existing side yard setbacks, they are not being changed. They are both 8.8. When you add it together, you're at 17.6, so we are deficient only in the aggregate. The roof pitch required is 612. We have a proposed of 4 on 12. The reason why it's 4 on 12 is that to have the design where we have this attic-like space above with some windows, it's a long sloping roof. It's actually, while shallow, not unappealing, and it's relatively in keeping with the style of the neighborhood. The existing home does have a 612 pitch that's kind of built in and around it, which has remained, and we're doing our best to kind of work our way through it. even with the 412 pitch, we don't break the 28-foot maximums. Looking around the neighborhood, we do have other homes that are similar in geometry and shape. Some specific houses are 50 Floyd Place, 81 Floyd Place, 11 Whitney Avenue, 26, 21, and 17 Joseph Lane. The driveway setback required 8 feet.
I'd like to see, excuse me, I do want to see those, Michael.
Sure.
I didn't mean to cut you off right in the
Oh,
middle,
okay.
but I saw him putting them away.
No worries. The driveway setback, we have an existing setback of 0.5 feet, where the required is 8. Is not changing in this design, it's existing. It is a common element in this neighborhood. In fact, just on Joseph Lane, houses number 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 25, and 23 all have that same half-foot or around half-foot condition. It does fit 2 off-street parking spots. It does also allow us to have the ability to have access for the home. The shed setback, while we could hopefully not move to 3-foot setbacks, the existing shed does have a 1.2 setback and a 1.8 setback. It's under the requirement of needing a permit. It is 8 by 12, so it's only about 96 square feet. It would be preferred not to move it if we don't have to. There's no other structures near that shed. There are no dwellings near that shed. There's nothing that could create a fire hazard particularly, if there were to be an issue. Yeah, sorry, that covers it.
If there were?
If there were, we would move it.
Okay. All right, you can take that. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Okay. Holdover 1, Appeal 24-382, Committee Ben Shah at 147 9th Street, Hicksville.
It's a lot of people for a fence.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Kamini Ben Shah, 140.
Tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you. Now your name and address. Thank you.
Kamini Ben Shah, 147 9th Street, Hicksville, New York, 11801.
Thank you.
And I have a variant application for the fences for 6 feet on the Jerusalem Avenue. And my house is very on the corner of the Jerusalem and 9th Street. And I really need that fences because of privacy. And then there is a high school near my house, and there are so many kids going on the street. And another thing is that the local people also going on the street. And actually, I did install the fences because I wasn't aware of the application. And I asked my fence guy, and he did not mention to me. And then an accident happened, and my all fences were gone. And because of that fences gone, my house was saved, actually. Otherwise, that car who bumped it to each other, it totally went, supposed to go in my house, but because of the fences, it's saved. And it's a grass area on that side, and sometimes my even cat plays there. So I really need that 6 feet fences. And I have some neighborhood pictures that I took.
Thanks, Michael.
And we had like giant trees as a fence near my house area. So.
There's a driveway there.
Maybe she could just angle that one section.
And I can take, like, even the trees, I can put it
So,
instead of fence.
this is your fence, yes?
No, this is not my fence.
That's
Right
not-
now, there is no fence on that side because of the accident. The fence is gone now. So I waited now to put it new one
Okay,
to just, yeah.
So, your neighbor's driveway is right here.
This is not my house. This is like, this is my house, and then when I go more in east side, the second corner house is this.
So where
So
are these-
my
why
house.
do I have these pictures? I'm looking
Oh,
for,
I'm
I
just-
want to see your house, and I
Oh,
want to
no,
see.
I don't have fences right now at my house.
Okay.
And,
So you see this? This is not yours, right?
no.
If it were, I would not approve this. So
Oh.
if this is the situation that you're gonna create with your fence, I'm not gonna approve it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because that car can't see coming out of the driveway until it's in the street, and then it's too late.
Lisa saw it.
What do we
What I
got?
saw, there's in the front, on either side of the house, and then a portion on the back that was still existing. But it was even with the house and back far enough that it
No
didn't
driveway? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I
Not
don't need
on-
to
on
see these.
Jerusalem,
I don't
no,
care about what
no.
everybody else is doing. I only wanna see what you're doing.
No, somebody told me that if I can bring the pictures
No, because
neighborhood.
we have no way of knowing if those fences are legally installed or not by looking at pictures. I would have to know if they've received variances, and I
Right.
don't know.
Oh,
But I
okay.
just want to make sure that your fence doesn't cause any site visibility issues for any neighbors backing out. And my
the
colleague has
driveway's on
been
the
there,
other
and
side.
she says, you're fine.
Oh, perfect. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you.
So enjoy your fence.
Thank you.
Your privacy.
So I can put.
Oh, I'm sorry, I spoke too soon. We do have some people who want to speak. Hold on, wait 1 second.
Oh, okay.
You can have a seat.
Okay.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application, come on up. Good evening. I spoke to you way too soon.
100%.
And your name and address, please.
Mina Bianchino, 295 Jerusalem Avenue, Hicksville.
Thank you.
So the picture you just showed is not her house, but that's the situation I'm dealing with.
Are you next door?
Yes, I live on the property next door to the property, looking for the variance. I would like to start by saying this is a family home that has been in my family for 60 years. I myself have lived in the house for 28 years. This is really a story about safety, first and foremost. The corner that this house is on is a very dangerous intersection. She just verified that. On Jerusalem Avenue. I have witnessed car accidents on this corner almost monthly, and I work a lot. I'm not even home a lot. So I can't even imagine how many more when I'm not there. I come home to see the debris of it, of the cars having accidents. Constant speeding, gaps between lights, the fact that 9th Street is a cut-through street. It's a very dangerous situation on that corner. The fence in question has already been taken out, mostly. There's still pieces left by a car accident. Every house on each corner has been touched by a car. The property in question has even installed a concrete barrier on the corner of her home because she knows how dangerous that corner is. Having a 6-foot PVC fence there limits my visibility to pull out of the driveway safely. Children heading to the 3 schools within blocks. We have the high school, the junior high school, and Lee Avenue, Elementary School, within blocks of us. Joggers, families walking their dogs, people just walking by constantly. This is true, what she was saying. 100% true. But that's a danger for me to pull out.
What if she angles it?
It was already slightly catty-cornered, but the fence is way too far over. It's hard, I have pictures of my phone. I didn't think to,
I
print them.
can't look at your phone.
Yeah.
Because it
So-
has to be evidence, part of evidence,
Yeah.
and we can't keep your phone.
But it's similar to the idea of what picture she showed you, pulled in,
Well-
and my driveway is right there. So people are always walking out, so every time I pull out is a risk to hurt someone, because I cannot see until I actually pull out onto the sidewalk. My elderly mother, who's here with me, cannot pull into the driveway. She has to risk parking on a very busy street, and has a hard time getting, she has some mobility issues, because she will not be able to see pulling out of my driveway. I have been trying to alleviate some of that by backing into my driveway, but now that becomes a danger to me because of how dangerous Jerusalem Avenue can be with the speeding. So, I'm trying to back into my driveway on a very busy, active
But
speeding
you don't live
type
on
street.
Jerusalem. You
I
live on-
do.
Oh, you do?
Yes. My driveway, similar to the picture that you just held up that is in her house, that's how my driveway is, right next to the PVC fence.
I didn't think there were any.
6-foot PVC fence. Again, all about safety. I mean, you know, the fence looks nice, the house is beautiful, it's great, I love that, but it's a danger, and I don't wanna kill a kid, or a dog, or a person, or anybody, because I can't see till I actually get onto the sidewalk.
They could dangle it.
Even, it was angled originally, slightly, but you still can't see until I'm on the sidewalk.
All right, I'm gonna go look at it. I didn't look at this, so I will look at it myself and I'll make a determination. We'll all go out and look at it.
Okay,
Thank you for coming down. Come on back up. We have an issue. Who's speaking?
Where's the applicant?
Your neighbor has expressed concern that her driveway is gonna be
Yeah,
blocked.
that's why I put originally before, I put it an angle that she can see when she is backing up.
Okay, I see that it is on an angle. I'm still, I wanna come out and look at it myself,
Yeah, sure,
okay?
sure, sure.
Because if we grant you this variance and somebody gets hurt,
That's not good, I know.
not good.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jerusalem Avenue has no shoulder, it is a very busy road, I'm very familiar with
Yeah.
it. Cars fly. So for my own peace of mind, I wanna
Yeah.
come look at it before we grant it, okay? Okay, because we are in favor of fences, we want everybody to have their privacy but we also, safety number one, okay?
Right.
So just give us a little bit more time.
Yeah, is any tree, is the same thing, but with the tree too, right?
Is there a tree there?
No, right, not right now, but if I can plant the tree now, right? Then-
I wouldn't plant a tree there. Mm-mm.
Okay,
I wouldn't.
okay.
We'll put this case on reserve, we won't make a decision tonight, I will go look at it myself.
Okay.
And you don't have to come back here.
Okay.
Ms. Cloninger will just bring your case back at the next meeting and we'll vote on it then.
Okay.
All right?
No problem. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion,
Decision.
public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by this office.
Thank you so much.
All right?
Have a
luck.
good night.
Thank you.
Holdover 2, Appeal 25-101, Frank DiPietro at 83 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa.
That letter goes for this, okay, Reed?
Yep,
Good evening.
yeah.
One second.
That Jerusalem Avenue is a horrible road. No, there's no shoulder.
There is no
Because
shoulder.
people pull out their I wouldn't live there.
I wouldn't know.
I almost got killed in an inspection there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad
There should
road.
be no curb cuts on that road.
No, it's a bad. Yeah, that's serious.
I get why she wants a fence there, but, you know.
Maybe she can start it halfway up the property.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
On
Instead
the
of an
front.
angle, but like, not an angle, but like.
Way back.
Way back.
Yeah, yeah.
Good evening.
Chairwoman and members of the board, I am Kevin Walsh from the firm Walsh, Marcus, McDougal, and DeBellis, appearing here tonight for the applicants who are Mr. Frank and his wife Piero, and their two lovely children who have been sitting patiently so their case can be heard. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm also here with Robert Ferraro, who is the design architect for the project. The project is relative to the property located at 83 Hampton Boulevard. It's at the corner of Hampton and Bayview Avenue in Massapequa. It's Section 65, Block 114, Lot 1848. It is 12,422 square feet. It is somewhat oversized. It is a unique parcel for a number of reasons. The variances we're seeking tonight, as set forth on the notice, are a variance to construct a one-story addition, cellar entrance, and roofed-over porch having less than the front yard setback on Bayview Avenue. Variance to construct a roof-over porch having less than average side yard side/front yard setback on Hampton Boulevard than is permitted by the ordinance, a variance to allow existing shed having less side yard setback than permitted by the ordinance. Also, encroachment of the eaves and gutters. A variance to construct a second-story floor addition exceeding the maximum height by the permitted zoning ordinance, and a variance to construct a one-story addition and second-floor addition exceeding the maximum gross floor area than is permitted by the ordinance. I've submitted herewith with the application, the first item are consents to our adjacent neighbors, except for one, which I'll discuss. The second thing I submitted was an aerial that shows you the addresses of those neighbors that match the consents that we were given. You will note on that list that the residence or the home to the north of us is not reflected in that consent. And my client could testify to it, but he did have a discussion with her. Her concern with this application appeared to be, through what Frank told me, Mr. DiPiero told me, was the shed that was encroaching into the setback along her property line. So with that, the third item that I submitted to you was a modification of the site plan to pull off the request for the variance for the shed. We intend on meeting the setback over there, and that's depicted on that last site plan, the updated site plan. And then in addition to that, in discussing with my client, the family does not need a cellar entrance, an exterior cellar entrance. So that is coming off, and the site plan reflects that area there'll be an egress window because the basement is currently used. There's a laundry room down there. It's a little bit of a play area for the children, but he does not need a full exterior entrance for the home. The DiPieros bought this property in 2020. It is their dream home. It has some constraints which give rise to the request for the variance. If you look at the site plan, you'll note one is the house that exists there is a split level, which I'll discuss in a minute what that has caused. But in addition to that, if you look at the garage, the existing garage on the survey which you have, that garage is located virtually in the center of the property. It is not where a garage would be if you were designing this property initially. And so, and in addition to that, there is a pool and a patio in the northwest corner, which is an area that they bought. That was all there when they bought the property. So in an effort to get a little more room for use for the family and a master bedroom on a second floor, their only direction that they can move out is towards the east, and that's what's necessitated the variance to the, on Bayville, which is a second front. That's the other uniqueness of this, as this board is well aware. It's a second front, and that makes the development difficult and is the nature of the request for the variance along Bayville. The room is not overly significant. It's 420 square feet. And if you look at the floor plan in the plans, it kind of sets forth everyone's looking for today is an open floor plan with the ability to have the family on the first floor be able to see what's going on from the kitchen to the family room with the fireplace and just create that open look. This will be a 4-bedroom house with 3.5 baths. It is not by any nature overbuilt, but the constraint of the property having to move towards the east rather than the west has created the need for the extent of the variance along Bayville, which leaves us a setback of 15.4 feet. I realize that is not an insignificant variance. The variance sought on Hampton is merely a carrying over of the existing property building line from the garage. It's just carrying it over. And so we're not extending anything further into Hampton. The setback there is 30.20 feet. It is now 30.420, but the planning department properly picked up the need for the variance because we're carrying over the existing setback, which doesn't quite meet perfectly, is close, the setbacks on the rest of the block, who are fractionally higher, not significantly. So that's the need for that variance, and that's the rationale for it. As to lot coverage, we're the existing or the proposed lot coverage, as I indicated to you, it's a 420 square foot room we're adding on the first floor. We're 368 square feet above what is permitted, which is less than 10% of the floor area. I'm sorry, it's not lot coverage. I'm throwing that. It's floor area. We're less than 10% with the addition of this room on the property. In addition to that, the room, I think an additional point of mitigation is, and this might be why neighbors are do not have a problem with this, is we took some photographs of the area, or the area of the property. You can see the hedgerow that is there. I've never seen a hedgerow like that high, and it actually screens this property both on Bayview and on Hampton. It is not anywhere near the intersection, so it doesn't create site issues. It's existing there. We would be maintaining that, and to the extent that that's maintained, you would never see the additional room there, and obviously have any idea how close or where it was located on that, in that setback.
I think that hedgerow is maybe what the last applicant had in mind when she said, can I plant a tree?
On the height variance, I went out of the room a number of times while the other presentations were going, because I heard the issue on height. This application would call for a variance of 1.5 feet above, from 28 is permitted to 29.5. And we went out with Mr. Farrar to try and decide how can we comply with that, because I'm listening. And this is a little bit more unique, and that gets into the split-level nature of this property. We're raised slightly. We're an existing home, so we cannot comply with both the height limitation of 28 feet and the buildings department's pitch line, because we start higher up. It would bastardize that room in a way, or the second floor in a way.
This general area was flooded during Sandy, I believe, correct?
Was it flooded during Sandy, Dean?
You don't know whether, okay.
We only were there since 2020, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I
So-
know it's Biltmore Shores, right? Baby, I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay.
Well, he was selling you the house, he didn't want it. Is this Biltmore Shores? Yes. It is in Biltmore Shores.
Yeah, I know that, the area, again, it's down further, but still, it's still an area, it's South America Road.
Yeah. If we, in talking with Mr. Ferraro,
Which is why houses are a bit higher there, I know
Yeah,
that, yeah.
and we're 1.5 feet, and I know that another application was 1 foot, but we are unique in the nature of the existing construction, I believe. And my question to Ms. Farrar was, how, is the code says 28, how can't we build 28? And the answer was, because we're starting a little higher than, so to get a meaningful master bedroom height up on the second floor requires the additional 1.5 feet.
So, because it's a split-level house?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So let's go back to the shed for a minute. Did you say we're removing the shed?
No, we're going to the site plan that I just submitted to you would show that shed move 3 feet in. It would
So it
now-
will comply?
It will comply.
Okay.
And no cellar entrance, they're doing.
And that's wonderful. Music to my ears.
Mr. Walsh, if approved, I will need 3 new sets of plans showing the shed moved and the cellar entrance removed and a window well put into that spot, if that's an egress window, because that will change the calculations.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That would be good news, yes.
If-
If I get to that, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? I have a letter here, I'm gonna read it into the record. It's from a neighbor, and I think you've already addressed the issue, but since they wrote it, I'm gonna get it on the record. So Jerry and Pamela Fusco, 99 Bayview Avenue, Massapequa. Objection to variance request, property at 83 Hampton Boulevard. Dear members of the Zoning Board of Appeals, a formal objection is written regarding the variance request submitted by the neighbor at 83 Hampton Boulevard, Massapequa, New York, 11758, for a proposed shed that does not meet setback requirements for the residential zone. The property owner seeks a variance to allow an existing shed he had moved from a placement in his backyard nearer to his house to the area in question now, which is closer than mandated minimum 3 feet required by zoning regulations. The shed is currently about 11 inches from our property line, shared with the property at 99 Bayview Avenue, Massapequa. After reviewing the application, granting this variance is believed to negatively affect the property and neighborhood's character. The following are the concerns: impact on light and air. A shed placed closer than permitted blocks sunlight and airflow to the property, particularly since our garden is placed there. Aesthetic impact. The proposed placement negatively affects the visual appeal of the property and surrounding area, potentially decreasing property value. Reduced privacy. The shed's proximity reduces the privacy of outdoor living areas. Existing zoning regulations help ensure a safe and harmonious environment protecting all property owners. No unique circumstances or hardships affecting the neighbor's property that would warrant a deviation from the established setback rules have been observed. Alternative locations or design adjustments could likely accommodate the shed and storage needs while following existing regulations. It is respectfully requested that the Zoning Board of Appeals deny this variance request and uphold the current zoning regulations. Further information can be provided, or these concerns can be discussed in detail if needed. We are including photographs of the shed in its current location and the area of our property impacted by its close proximity to the property line, which we hope helps clarify our concerns. Thank you for your time and consideration. So the only thing they're objecting to is the shed, which you're moving, and they did send pictures.
I believe that is the neighbor that we spoke to.
That's their garden, right by
Yes.
this shed.
Yes. So,
So, that's on the record, you're moving the shed, and everybody will be happy. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public
Thank
hearing
you.
is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Good night.
She didn't want to speak. She didn't raise her hand, right?
Can I see this picture of the lovely garden? Okay. Don't quit the day job.
A little. Sit for too long. Stiff. Take a
What's all the faces?
What about that? I know.
He's got, I said, dude, you gotta walk.
How old is he?
He's 17 months.
Let's start.
It's time to walk.
Yeah.
We gotta put the mics on.
Yeah, mic's on. All right, the first one's postponed. Hearing number 2, appeal number 25-148. This was easy. I'll move this.
I'll second it.
That's gonna be Kathy. All in
Everyone's
favor?
looking at
Aye.
me.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-150. B is withdrawn.
4 bedrooms, 4 baths.
Oh, this is the height.
I have no problem with this.
No.
You know, 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, it's a parent-child. I thought the applicant was very kind when he got up and said exactly what he did, which is, we're not looking in their windows, and they can
Yeah.
get window shades.
I mean-
Was there, did we talk about putting this on reserve?
I don't
Yeah, I
think so.
have a note here, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on reserve because they're gonna bring the height down.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's right.
brings the height down and creates a
I told him not to do that. Don't come back.
start over.
He's gonna do something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be my problem, it's gonna be his problem.
So
But
it's,
otherwise, I didn't have a problem with it.
No, other than that, I mean,
agree. Yeah.
even with that, frankly, I was okay with it.
People get a little nutsy about people looking into your rooms. It doesn't.
but
We
he's the
have
one that has
curtains
the
for that.
second
I was gonna
story.
say, he has a
I went,
second
remember that
He's
one in
had the
Glen
second
Head?
story all
One and not
along.
the other.
And you can always get a shade.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
could-
why is your window open anyhow?
Right.
Remember that one in Glen Head I had to go look at? The deck was higher than the guy's house, and he's like, you can
Yeah.
come in my bedroom and say,
No, we're not doing that.
not
Okay,
this girl.
So you want to put this on reserve?
Yeah, put it on
And then
reserve.
we'll wait for their,
Yeah, I mean, all right, hearing number 5, appeal number 25-151,
I'll
Lois,
second it.
Lois and Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 6, appeal number 25-156.
I'm fine with that. I'll move that.
Lois will move it.
I'll second.
Lisa will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. 7 is postponed. Hearing number 8, appeal number 25-160. The roof pitch.
this is number 8.
Yeah. But again, they go up because they're so close to the water. They're up higher to begin with.
Oh, yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't really, well, he's,
Yeah,
but
well,
you see, he's
he
asking for
is.
height and roof pitch.
Yeah, yeah, but they're on Jefferson Place and Bay, they're right by the water. I have a friend who lives on South Bay, who during
I have
Sandy left,
reserve checked
the
off
house was
on this.
really- His mother called and said, your family wanna come up by us? He says, no, we're fine. 2 minutes later, he calls and says, we're coming, I see the water. A minute after that, he says, I can't get out of the house, so.
Yeah, it goes
yeah,
fast.
It goes fast, so.
I just think
I'm
we
okay
wanna-
South America Road with height things, because I just think.
But he's asking for height and roof pitch.
That's true, but,
I think we wanna make sure that we're asking people that are in the same area to do the same things.
To be consistent.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And that goes for the
I
one,
feel-
the
as I
last one
said-
we just had.
Well, look, yeah. As I said, if you want to
Tell-
take a vote on it,
he-
I'm fine with South America Road, because I just feel that area, when we have storms, is a disaster.
Are they all South America
That
Road?
other
This one
one?
is, this one
But
is.
how about the other one?
Which one?
Well, the one we just heard,
Yamali Gillen.
No, that's
And-
not, that
Boulevard.
is not,
That's
that is
north.
not.
Okay.
Yamali Gillen is not?
Not, that's not.
Okay, and then we had the holdover that we just heard.
That was
The
south.
holdover, that's the one that Brian was, that you're
Yeah.
talking about.
The guy who's just gonna withdraw the shed to comply, we just heard it.
The last one.
Holdover
Not this.
number 2.
Oh, that
That's
one,
at the
okay,
end.
that's a different, okay, no, let me just look at that one. Yeah, he's South America Road.
All right. If you wanna do it that way, then we can do it that way. I don't, I have a little problem with this one, just because they're asking, for and the height is de minimis that they're asking for. But he is in a flood zone. These are large homes, Lois,
Yeah.
in this
they're
area?
pretty- Yeah,
All right. I'll go along with you, Lo.
Okay, Lois, you're moving it?
yes.
Kathy?
Yes, I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 9, appeal number 23-156. This was an amendment.
I'll move this.
Kathy will move it. I'll second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 10, appeal number 25-158.
They have 12 letters of
Yeah.
consent.
I'll move it.
Second.
Kathy will second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 11, appeal number 25-238, circular driveway.
I'll
And
move it.
I'll second.
Kathy and Lisa, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 12 and hearing number 13, appeal number 25-255 and 25-256. Character of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
This is not out of character with the neighborhood. I know that some of the people who got up and spoke said that it was. It is not. It is certainly in the character of the neighborhood. There are no cellar entrances. The applicant did reduce the size of the homes. I don't personally think that this is a big ask. I mean, it is only one more home in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I have a couple of things to add.
Okay?
So the first is, and I said this when you were in the bathroom, Madam Chair,
Mhm.
nobody up here wants to have residents come in and be upset or, concerned and then vote something in. But the evidence that we were presented in terms of the radius map is, to me, incontrovertible. And if we deny this application, we are going to get sued.
Exactly.
And so I completely understand there's nothing as valuable to most people beyond their families, their homes. And I get it. I get being upset about it. But we can't simply deny based on emotion. And this is, the applicant modified the application. There are myriad examples in this radius map, as well as going a little bit outside of it, that are lots of this size. And I just don't see any way, it's a fool's
I
errand
agree.
to deny it. I will say, and I have no problem putting this on the record, I do not care for applicants talking negatively about our residents in the audience. I was disappointed that Tom did it. I hope he reads this record and that he knows that. I don't like it. I wouldn't accept it from a resident, and I don't think attorneys should be doing it. But that has no bearing on the application. I'm prepared to move it.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Rebecca and Kathy. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Next, hearing number 13, appeal, thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
Hearing number 14, appeal number 25-239. We had 8 letters of support on this one.
Yes.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Lisa will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 15, appeal number 25-267.
It's a perfect use for the space, in my
Yes,
Yeah, I think
opinion.
that's
it really
nice, yeah.
is.
Okay,
His daughter, just by the way, when she was a kid, she would sing the Star Spangled Banner at our things.
Oh, Music Under the
Yes,
Stars?
yes, at the Music Under the Stars. She has a great voice, very, very, very talented. He
Nice.
used to say she was gonna have a recording career, but I guess we all have to grow up.
talk to my son, he's 40.
So I'm happy to move this one.
I'll second.
Rebecca and Kathy, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 16, appeal number 25-159. This is on reserve because we have to resolve the basement issue.
They have to mark the plans if they're claiming, they showed no height. The building department scaled it out at 7 and it got included.
Yeah, she's new here, so I'll give her that. I've never seen her before, but, we have other applicants who consistently come up here.
Yeah.
You get a rejection letter in the mail. If you don't
Check
approve
it.
Call them.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
wait till you get to the podium. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't fix it here.
No.
Right, I can't fix it here, you're 100% right, and I do tell them that ahead of time. They have a problem. Before you get here, let's have it looked at, then when you get here, the numbers are correct. Whatever.
All right.
And you can come work in my office. Read your documents, people.
Oh, I'm the worst at reading documents. Oof. Hearing number 17, appeal number 25-162. Sheds,
Yes, that's on reserve.
I'm sorry, yeah. So this one, two sheds, 1 parking space, there was no opposition to it. I'll move it.
I will second it.
Rebecca will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 18, appeal number 25-242.
Allow me to move this one.
Yes, you may.
I move it.
I'll second it.
Rebecca and Lois, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 19, appeal number 25-263. This is gonna be fine where it's going. There are no dumpsters, so the one resident who got up to speak, I don't think he's gonna have a problem.
No, I
That's
know.
what
I
he's
think
worried
they said
about.
There's
Yeah.
3 employees there
Yeah,
a day. It's,
Yeah.
I'll move this.
okay, I'll second.
Kathy will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 20, appeal number 25-155. Again, with the 4-on-12 roof pitch. But this is not this way. It goes this way. So the roof pitch is really the ends of the house. You don't see it. So I don't have a problem with this. I'll move it. Anybody want to second it?
I'll second it.
And Rebecca will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Holdover number 1, I'm gonna go look at that. Yep, I will look at it when I'm gonna walk there.
Yeah, yeah.
Holdover number 2, appeal number 25-101. The shed is gonna comply, and the basement cellar is gonna have an egress window, and that being said, anybody else have any problems with this application?
No, so instead of the entrance, it'll be a window.
Yeah.
Cellar window. Got it.
Anybody wanna move it?
I moved it. Oh.
Let Lois
Rebecca,
do it,
no.
she's master.
Lois will move it,
And I'll
Lois?
second it.
and Rebecca will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved.
And with the one reserve decision, which is appeal 25-185, Luke Pelisi. Lois is the one that you had asked me about, on the
Oh,
Riverside
right.
South. The board asked them to lower the height and shrink the property. If you see in bold, it's what it, first it was, numbers in bold is what it is now. It's a significant
It
reduction.
is significant.
Yes, it went from
It's fine.
2935, building lot coverage asked down to 22.14, and the GFA, which was important, was from 6,147 down to the 4945, and the height, they came from the 3325 down to the 3196.
And again, they're
which
on the
this is
water, the flood zone.
So they're
Yeah.
raising it because of the flood zone, which
Yeah.
is keeping in character with that.
Yeah, if they were a foot in, it would have been an automatic.
Correct.
Yeah.
You wanna move it, Lo?
Yes, I'll move that.
I'll second.
Lois and Kathy, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. We are done.
Two names for the town crowd,
Rebecca and Rita,
Thank you.
going with the R's tonight.
We always have such a good time when we do.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Michael.
Good night, Michael.
I survived.
Rebecca.
You look good, Rebecca. I
You're
love your
running the
hair.
next
It's pretty.
meeting.
What?
Oh,
You're gonna be running the next meeting.
I'm running the next meeting?
She's out, I'm out, Kathy's out, we'll go, your meeting.
The last time I did it, everybody was very happy we were out by 8:30.
That's great.
Right?
Have at it, Rebecca.